One man's loss is another man's gain. It's used to imply that one person's loss can create an opportunity for someone else to succeed. Or put in another way, this means someone can benefit or gain an advantage from someone else's misfortune or bad luck. So buckle up, because today we are going to find out how a brave girl named Esther became queen. Hi everyone, welcome again to this channel where I share with you Bible stories, parables, principles, characters, and lessons. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, you're welcome. Today's story is the interesting story of Queen Esther in the Bible, who God created an exceptional and unusual opportunity for after the unfortunate depose of Queen Vashti by King Xerxes. So, story. Once upon a time, there lived a powerful king named King Xerxes. He ruled over a mighty kingdom with castles, treasures, and a little bit of drama. You see, his former queen, Queen Vashti, had made the king upset and she was no longer queen. If you have not watched the story of Queen Vashti, it's one of the previous stories we've shared on this channel. Quickly go and watch it so you can catch up on today's story. So King Xerxes needed a new queen, but not just any queen. She had to be special, kind, and very wise. So the king's personal helpers had a big idea. Let's search the entire kingdom for the most beautiful and amazing young virgins, and the king would choose one to be the new queen. A virgin is a term mostly used for a female who has not slept with a man. So they advised the king to search for these beautiful women, then the king would choose one of them to be the new queen. The king loved that idea, so the search was on. At the time, there was a Jew in the city of Shusha named Mordecai. This Mordecai had a cousin named Esther. Mordecai has raised Esther as his own daughter because she didn't have a father or mother. Esther was very beautiful and had a lovely figure. Soon, Esther was taken to the palace with all the other young women. She met a royal helper named Haggai who liked Esther right away. He gave her special beauty treatments, delicious foods, and even picked 7 royal helpers just for her. But Esther didn't try to stand out by being the fanciest. No, she stayed true to herself, kind, humble, and wise. Everyone who met her thought, wow, there is something really special about her. And every single day, Mordecai will walk near the palace gate wondering, is Esther okay? How is she doing? Oh, what a caring cousin. But guess what? Esther had a secret. She was Jewish and Mordecai had told her not to tell anyone just yet. Each of the young women had to complete 12 months of beauty care. When it is virgin's turn to go into King Xerxes, she would go there in the evening and leave in the morning. Unless the king is pleased with her and sent for her by name, she will never return to the king again. Then the big day came. It was Esther's turn to meet the queen. But she didn't ask for fancy jewels or extra stuff. She only took what Haggai suggested. Esther was confident, calm, and so graceful. And guess what? King Xerxes saw Esther and wow, he thought she was the most wonderful of all. He placed a royal crown on her head and said, Esther, you shall be queen. The palace exploded with joy. There was a huge party and the king gave gifts and announced a holiday for the entire kingdom. And that was how a kind, brave girl named Esther, who trusted in her heart and stayed true to what she was, became Queen of Persia. And that brings us to the end of today's story. We'll go right into the lessons. But before I do that, have you subscribed to this channel? If you have not, what are you waiting for? This channel is loaded with content specially curated for children, from Bible readings, memory verses, hero of the week, to Bible stories, principles, and lessons that children can relate with. So click the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend this video to as many people that needs to hear it. Also, drop your own lessons in the comment section below so that others can learn from you as well. So let's go right into the lessons from today's story. The first lesson is that God rewards obedience. We could see this in the life of Esther. She was obedient to God. In a search for a queen to replace Vashti, only virgins were required. Obviously, Esther did not defile herself while growing up. If not, she wouldn't have been selected, talk less of being a queen. Also, to her uncle Mordecai, she was an obedient girl. While growing up in his care, and when her uncle advised her about not revealing her identity while in the palace, she heed her uncle's advice. This obedience was also evident while in the palace in the custody of Iga, the palace official. When it was Esther's turn to go in to see the queen, she only took what Iga suggested to her. The second lesson is that be yourself and be true to yourself. Everyone is created uniquely. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. So discover yourself, develop yourself to achieve greatness in your own special way and not by trying to be anyone else. Above all, though not a lesson, but something we should always desire and pray to God for, is His favor. Favor is God's approval and act of kindness beyond what is due or usual. It is a gift, a blessing from the Lord. We cannot deny that Esther enjoyed God's favor, which was evident in her journey to becoming queen. So, favor is a good thing to ask God for. And that brings us to the end of today's stories and lessons. But Esther's adventure was just beginning. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode on this channel. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop the lessons you learned from today's story in the comment section below. Until I come your way again. Bye.